we're focusing on trying to get this field fully cultivated, and by doing so, we're going to plant this field right afterwards with canola. And once that's done, then we're basically going to get our farm prepped for the rest of spring work. That includes, we need fertilizer and equipment to spread fertilizer, and I'm not sure what kind of machinery or what kind of equipment we're going to do, but we do need to do fertilizing, so we're definitely going to have to figure that out. Of course, we have plenty of tractors, so we might just get a 3-point fertilizer spreader, but we are not sure yet. So we're definitely going to have to look around. Maybe a neighbor or something has some machines that we could buy off of him for cheap or something. So we're definitely going to look into that. So yeah, once we get this field done here, we're going to get the planter going and get this field planted with some canola. So I only have a couple more passes here, and this field will be done. This tractor is definitely going to have to get brought back to the house and cleaned, as it is very dirty. But that's alright, we'll get her cleaned up. Now I do want to try and get some hayland for this spring, or for this summer as well. Because I do know our grandpa used to always sell some of his hay every year after he sold off all the cattle, and I think that would help us out a lot and allow us to be able to get some newer equipment and newer sheds and everything else. Alright, last pass here. This cultivator. Alright, there we go. And get this guy folded up. Get our hazards for safety. And then we're gonna head down the road and get this equipment put away. Alright, so we're back to the farm now. And we're just going to pull this up here, hop out and grab the pressure washer, give it a good old wash here. And of course, we're going to have to get going on the cedar as well. I think I'm going to have our son go ahead and do that. So we're just going to pull this in here. Careful not to hit anything else. Now, when Grandpa built this shed, one thing he didn't consider is the newer equipment's getting a lot taller. So this giant door here, even though it's a hydraulic door, it doesn't open fully. So the height of the door when it's open isn't tall enough for like the cedar and the combine and some other stuff to go through there. Even this guy with the antennas, we try not to go through that door because then it'll just end up wrecking the door. I believe some other semis could probably fit through it, but for now that's what we're going to go with. So we're actually going to hop into the old 97.73 and run over to the field and get that canola started. So I'm just gonna hop in here. And then once we get down there, we're definitely gonna get that seed planted and in the ground. And behind these trees here, there's a small hayfield. Our neighbor, he's actually selling this land, but I'm going to talk to him about renting the grass portion of it from him, and maybe end up purchasing it before the end of the year. But for now, we'll be there. Alright, so we brought the sun down here. I'm going to get him started on this field here. And then once we're done with that, we'll get to getting everything else that we need done for this spring. So we'll be back in a second. Alright, so we got him going on that. He's gonna be basically out here all day, and we'll get him finished up with this. But for the time being, we are actually gonna go talk to the neighbor about some hay fields. His name's Hank, and he's got a couple around here, and I believe if we can get them from him, we'll be able to make a lot more money this summer from selling hay. I know hay takes a lot of work, but we also need to start investing in making a lot more money. So I'll meet you guys at Hank's, and we're going to talk to him for a minute, see what we can all figure out, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're just north of our farm here, and we're going to go talk to Hank up here. He lives at this farm just right off of County Road 201 here, and I'm going to talk to him, and hopefully he's got some hay fields over here. I would love to rent from him. Whoop, missed a turn. And so yeah, we're going to talk to him for a minute, and hopefully we can get some hay fields. So alright, so we're here. So we're just going to run inside, talk to Hank for a few minutes, and hopefully we can work out a deal with him. It doesn't look like he's out in any of the sheds at all, does it? Yeah, he doesn't have much in there, huh? Must be all out planting then. Alright, so we're gonna run inside here and talk to Hank real quick, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we just left Hank's house, or just got done talking to Hank. We enjoyed a nice cup of coffee with him, and we do have permission to bale this field right here, and if we look on the iPad here, we also have permission to bale up north of field 64, which is also Hank's, and right off County Road 103. So I'll hop in the truck and we're gonna look at the two fields. Of course, this one you can already see is pretty good size. We should be able to get quite a few bales out of it. Alright, and right up here is another small field, and this one's going to be a little tricky because we don't have the best of area to get down into there. It's not a whole lot, but that's what Hank is willing to let us rent, and possibly purchase one day. So it is a good thing that it's on right beside the creek here, so we could get an irrigation on it in the future if we need to. And biggest thing that's going to be an issue for us is we might have to fix some land here and make it so that we can pull our truck and trailer out. Of course, this field here we're not going to get a lot from. I imagine maybe 5 bales, if that. But our other field is what's going to make up for it. And we should be able to make some good amount of money from these fields. So I really do appreciate Hank helping us out and letting us rent these areas from him. And he is looking to sell some of his land. He actually has some land closer to him, and I think we may end up purchasing it from him in the future. Of course, right now we're not buying much, but in the future is a different story, so we will have to go from there. But alright, so I'm gonna run back to the farm here, and we're gonna call up the dealership, see what they all have for some fertilizing equipment, and I think we're gonna try and get some fertilizer on these hay fields as well. And I also need to call the co-op and see what it would cost to come out and spray for us, because if they could come out and spray for us, it would be a lot easier. Even if I could rent a sprayer from them and a spray trailer, it would be a lot nicer for us. But yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. So alright, well, I will meet you guys back at the farm here in just a couple minutes. We're just to the north of it here, so we'll be back. Alright guys, so I just got a hold of the dealership, and they actually said they have a fertilizer spreader that we can just hook up to. It costs us $2,000 for the rental, and then of course the fertilizer itself costs us quite a bit as well. So we're actually going to hop in the 7830 here, and we won't need the front loader. They said they'll get us all loaded up there. So what I'm actually gonna do is drop the front loader and then we're gonna run down there, grab the fertilizer spreader, and then we're gonna get to fertilizing. And now, from what I had all my fields tested earlier from the co-op, I called them, and for them to rent me a larger sprayer, it was outrageous for what kind of operation we're running now. And so I didn't want to do that. So it cost me about $20,000 for all the fertilizer. However, I think that's going to go quite a ways. And if we have enough, we will do our hay fields. If we don't, it's not a big deal. But as I'm looking at my iPad here, our two fields here, it's showing that both are planted, or getting planted as well. And this field here has 2 layers of fertilizer on it from previous years, and the one down south only has 1. So we will do at least 1 set of fertilizing to each one, and And then I think next year we're definitely going to have to focus on our field management a lot more. But for this year, we're working with what we got. So yeah, I'm going to run down to the dealership, grab our spreader, and get to spreading. So I'll see you guys once we're all loaded up. Alright, and we're just passing Randall here. He's getting that field all planted for us while we take care of some other stuff. And he looks to be doing a pretty good job. I gave him a crash course before we got started, and he's a pretty good kid, so hopefully he continues to do so. Alright, so we're just pulling up to the Case dealership here. And we're going to get this fertilizer spreader, and hopefully it's all loaded up. Alright, so we're just pulling up here, about to grab our fertilizer spreader. It looks like they've got it all loaded up for us, so that's nice. We're just going to roll up here, hook up to it, and oof, easy now. Alright, so now that that's done, now that we got this, we're gonna go get to some spraying. So it is fully loaded for us and it's ready to go. Yeah, like I said, the sprayer or the spreader itself was about $2 grand to rent, and then it cost me, I think it was like 16,000 or something for all this, all the fertilizer. And the fertilizer is some of the top of the line fertilizers, and I believe it also does have early stages of weed killer as well. So we should be okay on weeds for a little while. However, we all know that doesn't usually end up being that way. So if we need to get things sprayed, we'll end up doing that later on. But for now, I think we're doing just fine. Yeah, we're just gonna try and go get these our couple fields here fertilized, and hopefully we can get our hayland fertilized as well, because it'd be nice to get quite a bit of hay off of it, but we'll see what happens. Just passing the farm here, and farmyard's looking a little crazy. We might need to get ourselves a small mower just to take care of the farmyard. So, well, that's another thing we'll have to add to our list of what we need for the farm. Alright, so we're going to slow down here. And can't remember how wide this spreader was, but we're just going to get right into it. We're just going to start spreading right on top of this canola. Looks like we're spreading pretty good. I'm very pleased to hear that Hank is willing to help us out. Of course, he used to be a good neighbor to our grandpa, and he remembers me from when I was a little kid. So I mean, Hank's a good guy. I'm glad he's willing to help us out. Alright, so I'm just gonna get this fertilized here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have plenty of fertilizer left. I wonder if I could pull it out at all and keep it, but I don't think I can. I think I pretty much have to use it. But I guess, you know what? I guess it's something that us just getting into farming doesn't really know and understand, you know, how much we need of everything, but that's alright. We're gonna overlap a little bit here. We don't have any of the new fancy technology that'll stop it on a dime and everything for you, but yeah, we're gonna get this fertilized and get this canola on the way. I don't see anything sprouting up yet, so. Alright, so we're just finishing up this field here. And we're gonna head right on over to Hank's hayfields and get them fertilized as well. We're gonna run straight north first, and then we'll do the larger field second. Because I've got plenty of fertilizer and I don't want to waste as much as I can, so we're gonna try and use up as much as we can, and hopefully this one over here will take a little bit of fertilizer, but that's alright. Gonna honk as we go past Hank here. Alright, so we're just pulling up to the cross section of County Road 103. Looks like nobody's coming, so we're good to go. And then, oof, we need to figure out how to get down into here. Alright. Now Hank did say we can cut his ditches as well, but it's not a whole lot to cut, so I don't know if we'll end up actually doing that. Alright, so here we go. We're just gonna start fertilizing here. Hopefully we're getting everything. You know, hayfields are a lot harder to really tell what you're all fertilizing, but looks like we're going to be fertilizing a little bit of Hank's field, but that's alright. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many bales we will get out of these fields here. I'm not expecting a crazy amount, but hopefully it'll be enough. Hank said that these hayfields do produce pretty good, and he said he's actually never fertilized them, so we're actually going a step above what he's always done. So hopefully in the end we'll get a little bit better of a crop than Hank usually has. Hank did agree that depending on the amount of bales we get, he would like a couple of them every year. He has a couple horses that he said he basically just wants to make sure that they're covered, and once they're covered, he's good. So he basically just asked us for about 10 to 12 bales, and I told him that's not a problem at all. He's giving us an opportunity to rent these rather than selling it, and I appreciate that from him. So we're just gonna run through the ditch here. Wherever it's not steep, we'll come out. There we go. I don't see anybody coming, so we're gonna put our hazards on, and then of course we're gonna turn right onto our county road. And now we're going to run to the bigger hayfield and hopefully get that cut. Or not cut. Wrong season for cutting. Get that one fertilized. And once that's fertilized, then we'll move on to our next cropland with our canola. Hopefully Randall's got that all done. We'll have to see. So now we're just gonna go ahead and fertilize these. We're gonna get to it. So I'll see you guys when this field is fully fertilized. We just got this field finished up, and as you can tell, it's the next day and our grass around the edges has already sprouted, so we're doing pretty good. We do still have half a container of fertilizer, however we have nothing else to spray, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but we're going to run this back to the farm, get the John Deere all cleaned up, and then I'm going to get some things ready to go for the rest of this spring and start of summer, and we're going to go from there. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys like everything, and we're going to keep this series rolling, so if you guys like it, please, I do appreciate it if you guys like the video. And don't be afraid to share it to some friends or anybody else you might want to. So it would definitely help me out a lot. So, alright, thank you guys. I will see you guys in the next one.